Bingo. You nailed it.
Banana.
I think you hit it right on the head. Anyhow, let's start it out. Scotty, take it away, brother.
Thank you, Brad. It's Friday Night Flies, headquarters of Pemberton Fish Finder. We're here at Spud Valley Sporting Goods, 1380 downtown, 1380 Birch Street, downtown Pemberton.
I did it right.
Yeah, so yeah. Call
Q&A.
us, Pemberton Fish Finder. Question and answers open, so chime in for all those viewers out there.
Yeah, we had
Our loyal fans.
7 million last
Come on,
show.
Sean, we haven't heard from you tonight.
Yeah, man, we're hanging around. We're waiting for
We
you.
usually get a question from you. But yeah, so we're here tying flies yet again. It's getting into the wee hours, but hey, we're addicted. What can I say? We love doing these videos for you guys.
And it's raining.
It's raining. Yeah, I just got ice fishing tomorrow, so. But anyhow, we are tying patterns for the river because we are amped that we are getting back out there. It's cutthroat season here. Rainbows are showing up. Bull trout are chasing them up the river. Salmon fry are starting to appear. I've been, yesterday when I was out on the river, I was checking all the little pools and stuff, and they're starting to show up.
I seen a weird little blackfish yesterday. I didn't get a chance to get a picture of it. I don't know what it was. I think it might have been sculpin, but I'm not sure because it was working its way out of there pretty darn quick, and it was black.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
Anyhow,
if you know,
type
in.
That's right. Let us know.
Let us know. That's our question, and we're looking for your answer.
I've got some awesome pictures of some stoneflies.
Yeah, there's a lot of them now, eh?
Oh yeah, and they're like
Goldens or
goldy browns. Like there's kind of a in between, almost like
time out for a second
not brass,
here.
But more bronzy color.
Oh, come on.
Let's see. Put her in there. Oh, that's exactly the color. You know what? Let's.
We're not tying that yet. Next week.
We need to do a little bit more testing with that. Wow.
Yeah, you didn't get to see it. It's the one I tied up today.
That's exactly. That's it. Yeah.
Bam. All right, so that's what we do on this show is we hit the river, we find out what's in there, and then we bring you these flies. So we're going to take you down.
Oh, you're going to have to leave that one with me too. Just so.
And we're going to, well, let me tie a few more. I think I need to get it.
Okay, there it is. What are you tying for us tonight?
The Minute Minnow.
And the reason it's called the Minute Minnow?
Because for me, this is a fast tie.
And I'm proud of him. No, actually, we're not, because we want to make it a little bit more.
Oh, it's definitely going to be more than a minute, but in comparison to the most of the flies that I tie, this one's pretty quick.
That's a salmon fry minnow right there. Yeah,
that's exactly what it's going for, salmon fry. So I tie these in two variations. This is the silver variation, and then I do it in a gold variation where I just switch the bead for a gold bead and a gold holographic tinsel. So you get the two going on. I use one on bright days, which would be this one, and the gold one on dark overcast days. And that's what I'm sticking to.
True enough. All
right, so we'll get at her here. Now this one here is not weighted. You can weight them down if you are going to weight them. You know, use some lead wraps. I don't necessarily find a need to weight it because there isn't a lot of bulk to this fly, so it cuts the water. So if you have a sinking tip line with a short leader, it pulls it down very nicely. So it's not needed, but you know
what?
You can if you like.
What I found is split shot, go 4 inches in front of the
minnow. So it still
chases it. It chases the split shot. Believe it or not.
And that's one of the problems when you get into these small size flies. I don't need to keep showing it. I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Small size flies, if you start weighting them too much, they don't dance anymore.
They don't move.
Yeah.
They don't do nothing.
No. And bigger ones, intruders and larger streamers, yeah, they still move because there's a lot more bulk there for the river to grab onto and undulate. But yeah, you get these small little kind of like wet fly styles. You start putting a lot of weight on the shank and they don't do anything. And like Brad said, 4 inches above, and that allows that thing to still.
And it chases a split shot, like it
almost looks like it's chasing a little bug. If you like those splits that we use, those little black ones. Yeah, that's. It's a winner chicken dinner.
Yeah.
All day long. Anyways, we got our hook here. And it's a streamer hook, size 6 or so. And our bead 3/16 and our thread here, which looks like I have a fray in it, but I'm not too worried. Anyways, I'm bringing this back just to the hook point area.
I had a what was it, a 3-line break, thread break, or 2, 3? I don't know what it was, man, but it was ridiculous.
It was up there.
It was a $2.99 bobbin. As you can see, Scotty's using, what are they, amber tipped?
This one's yeah, it's some sort of tip on it, but it's still fraying.
Man, well,
this is one of my oldest bobbins,
70s.
actually. This is a ceramic tip.
Yeah, dynamite, man.
They work for a bit. So we're gonna tie in this tail here. So I'm just going through my teal flanks here, and I'm trying to find one that's, you know, not too dark, has a good pattern.
Those teal and mallard, those are mallard flanks, aren't they?
Teal flank.
Oh, well, you're using mallard flanks too, aren't you?
Yeah, they're all very similar. They got that. It's the patterned or the barred feather. So I want some that are a little bit longer. I don't want a short little guy, because I need something that will give me a tail. So that's the one I like. I'm not going to put all that away. And just like what I do with marabou, I'm going to gather myself up a tail. So I'm just going to pull some fibers off the side, and I match up the tips, pull them off, go to the other side, and do the same thing. Pull. Pull. Alright, so we got all the tip in there. I like to just give it a little bit of a spin between my fingers. I don't want these to be all married up and all flowing the same way. I kind of want them going a little bit of everywhere.
Like a bouquet of feathers.
And so the tail is the length of the hook, or the thread that we got on there. I'm going to get this right onto the hook. And with my fingers, I kind of push it down and around the hook a little bit, so it's not just sitting right on top. But we're going to get that in. Nice tight little wrap at the back. Bingo. So you can see they're kind of going every which way, which is what I want. Get rid of all this tag in the front. See it to the bits. And then next, I got my body material, which is this silver holographic. Get yourself a good length. And then with this holographic, all these imperfections kind of really show up a lot of your thread. So I like to bring my thread to the top or behind the bead. I'm just going to trap it on there. I'm having trouble doing that tonight. Whatever.
Man, it's so quiet in here. We're so used to having the store open and people coming by. Hey, what are you guys doing? And
the
bells,
doorbell going a million
and
times.
the till rattling change, and oh my god,
It's kind of nice.
Fun. It is.
We might have to maybe move Friday Night Flies to 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I got a feeling there might be beer involved in that show.
Come on, neither one of us drink.
Yeah, not even.
We'll bring the beer. We'll just kind of sit here. We'll
Yeah.
put it on the table.
Yeah.
All right, so because of that little bit of tail that we put in, I'm just kind of building up a little bit of a thread. I'm just holding that shank still while I'm doing it so you can see what's happening instead of it bouncing all over the place. I'm just evening that off a little bit. The nice thing about that tail is that it's not super thick. It doesn't take long. That's where I am. We are good to go. All right, get that thread back up to the head, and then we just wrap this up. Overlap.
There's got to be more than just the two of us that are fly tires in the Sea to Sky corridor.
I know.
Like, there's
There's got to be a ton of people in Whistler and
There's
stuff.
got to be. Hey, if you guys are watching our show and you want to be involved, you want to tie some flies, show us a few different techniques, man. You know, the beautiful thing about fly tying is you can never know it all, man. And you're always learning.
Well,
And I love learning new patterns.
yeah, like
I mean, we've got a lot
it's
of
funny.
patterns.
People are always asking me, because when I go out on tour, you know me, I carry way too many flies, way more than is needed. But people are like, "Oh, have you used this fly? Do you use that fly?" And I'm like, "No, I use my flies."
Yeah.
Like we just create flies. You see something in the river, and then you learn how to tie it. Yeah, like you basically just
work on it.
You just kind of make it yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't use very many established patterns, and I think that's that's where fly tying started. Was somebody had to be creative and make it. So
I mean, that might be the reason that we're so successful too, is that we're not using what everyone else is using. You know.
All right, so I have my my saddle hackle here, tied in by the base. That is important. If you tie it in by the tip, the feathers are going to splay forward instead of, you can see the curvature is going backwards. So I'm going to get some good wraps in there, maybe 3 or 4. I'm liking the size of this bulk right now. One more for good measure. This one's, yeah, I like that. That's looking good. So I got 5 in there. And tie it off. Get rid of the tag. Oh yeah, that's looking good. I like that. So this gives it a little bit more of a base color underneath of the sparse amount of teal feather that we're going to put in front. So again, I want to get some feather that's about the same length as that that saddle that we just put in.
That's a dynamite. I'm looking at your. Oof. That stonefly you tied, man.
It's looking good.
Yeah, I keep on trying to smack it to kill the damn thing.
All right, now I'm going to tie this. I'm going to tie this one in by the butt section, just like we did with the saddle. But what I'm going to do is remove half of this feather. I'm going to remove the feathers on the one side. So if I'm tying it in with the curvature facing back, I want to take the feathers off of the base here. So just hold the tip, get rid of those. If you leave them both on there, it's too much feather. It's too much for what we need. And I'm just going to clean that up a little bit so that I get to the supple part. Now when I trap it in there behind the bead, so you can see how the feather is lying. I've trapped it in on the side. I'm not tying it flat on. That's just going to help you start the wraps nice and clean. Really get 3 good wraps on that thing so it's nice and tight. I'm going to trim off that thick base. You really don't want this to slip now. Nice and tight there.
You're committed.
But you just have to get another feather. Tie it back on.
It's like me on my last tie there. I had to get a new bobbin.
Alright, I'm just going to use my hackle pliers here. Grab the tip of that feather, if I can find it. There she be. When I go to do my first wrap, I just like to gently separate those feathers because they are going to want to stay together. Come on, grab the tip. There we go. And then when we wrap it, we want to make sure that that saddle stays in behind and that that feather doesn't twist. All right, we're getting there. We'll just get this tip up to the top. Oh, trap it, you. All right, get that little bit. Boom, got it. Bye-bye to the tag. And we're going to whip finish this before we lose everything. Oh. And before we fish it, there's those teal or mallard flanks or wood duck that you use. All 3 of those are suitable to use for this fly. They zipper together quite well, so just before I use it, I just make sure we get them kind of separated and so that they're moving around the...
What I found is that Velcro strip actually works really good for flaring that stuff out too, eh? You don't have to get crazy with it. I've got a piece of this sitting in.
Oh, there yours is. Yeah, you just kind of Oh yeah, that's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Good call, Brad. Good call.
Well, I've been tying a few with the mallard flank, but
Yeah, it just
I've been
gets in there. So there you can see. It just gets that black and white feather going around. You got the white to fill it in. Nice movement on a tail. Simple.
smoke them.
Simple and effective fly.
Very nice. Me
Very,
like.
very nice.
So anyhow, we're gonna go up top here.
Let's go up. I'll sign out. And I'll turn the throne back over to Brad. So thanks for watching. It's Friday Night Flies. I'm Boulder. Get out there, tie some flies, send us some photos. Let's see some fish. And yeah, till next time. I'm not saying it.
Do it. Do it.
Brad!